Hello beautiful, and I am doing a little two-parter as we approach a new year, as we approach 2018, because I totally love reviewing and getting ready and setting goals and getting all juiced up for a new year, but I also don't think it needs to be super complicated. So I want to share with you a really simple, powerful practice that you can do. You can do it probably in 15 minutes. Of course, you could spend much longer on it. It's totally up to you how much time you want to give to it. And also to say that even though the new year starts on Monday, don't feel like you have to have everything done for Monday. I actually found this year, 2017, I didn't really stop doing this whole process of reviewing and setting up for the new year until well into January. I just wasn't feeling it at the start of the month. So if that's the case for you, totally give yourself permission. And what I would also say is, remember, as a sensitive woman, you are very influenced. You have the potential to be influenced by what's going on for you in terms of what's happening in your external environment, and also remembering your cycle. So your cycle really does influence how you feel about yourself, but about your energy levels. So whether you are more in a reviewing place, if you're in a more of an introspective place, or if you're more in a more energetic space in terms of wanting to do things and move forward. So just be really aware of that and give yourself permission to work with work with what feels good for you. But what I want to share with you is a free love sheet that I'm going to share. And before you get down to this, and I'll pop the link for this below. So before you get down to this, why don't we just rattle into the new year? Like, why don't we just set new goals and set our intentions and meditate over what we want and bring all of that in straight away? Because if we don't take the opportunity to really check in with what's happened for us in the previous year, we cannot understand how the year has felt for us in terms of our goals. We can't understand what's worked and what hasn't worked. We can't get into the nuances of what we need to definitely surrender and what we need to let go of and what we need to bring more of into our lives. And what I talk about a lot with my sisterhood is setting soul goals in different phases and different areas. So not just at the start of the year. I recommend doing them at the start of your cycle. I recommend doing them with the moon cycles, and whenever you have a new project or something that you want to bring in. So there are lots of different opportunities to review and to set yourself new goals and new intentions. It doesn't have to be just at the start of the year. We all know that, right? Resolutions aren't just for the start of the year. Resolutions don't work. Anyway, but goals with soul do work. So really getting clear over what's important to you. What are your soul desires? That's what soul goals are. Your soul desires. What is so important to you that you bring in, that you let go of, that you expand with, that you create more of, that you bring your big why into more. Okay, so the document that I'm going to share with you is you've noticed all my scribbles all over it because I've been doing this myself. So it's my 2017 review. It's a really straightforward document, two pages long, 2 awesome pages. And it gives you the opportunity to really connect with what has happened for you as a sensitive woman in 2017. Now, the first section asks you, what are your 3 words that you would use to describe your year? Okay, so this is understanding how has the year felt as a whole for you? What 3 words, if you had to say 2017 for me was joyful, challenging, painful, expansive, freeing. You go with the words that really resonate for you. So you'll know that you can really get into this. Now, before you actually start doing your 2017 review, make sure you're in a good place to do it. So I've mentioned about checking in with your energy and where you're at in terms of your cycle, but the things that I always recommend when you're setting yourself space to review and to do goals is make sure your environment is right. So do it in a place that supports you, whether that is your yoga space, beside your altar, outside. I know it's freaking freezing at the moment, but wherever you go that really supports you and that's really nurturing for you. And also making sure that you have done something to connect with yourself. So don't just sit down cold with this. Make sure that you have done some meditation, or you have, gone for your run, or you've had a bath, or you've had some time to dance. Whatever it is that gets you into that space where you know you are in alignment, when you know you are connected with who you really are. Okay, so yeah, first section asking you, what are your words, your 3 words for this year? And then it asks you to do your top 10 achievements. Now, what I've been doing with my sisterhood is something that I was set 4 years ago, maybe now, to do 101 achievements for the year. Now, when I first did that, I struggled so much to find 101 things I was proud of from that year, of myself, like whatever had happened. It was really, really tough. And then I started bringing achievements and appreciation into my daily practice, and I was doing it every day. So then the next year it was so much easier. And now, I could absolutely write 201 out more, because I'm doing it daily. It's part of my practice, is to be looking for where I'm appreciating myself, what I'm acknowledging myself for, what I'm celebrating. So I said to my sisterhood, do the 10, but of course you can do 101. You can challenge yourself and do 101. So 10 achievements for this year. It does not have to be in order of importance, but pick out 10 that really stand out for you. And this can be things like to do with your business or your work, or to do with your relationships, to do with your health, to do with your money, to do with your spiritual practice, whatever. Pick out the 10 that really resonate for you. And then it goes on, what was the biggest lesson that you learned this year? Now, I actually wrote down in this so many, and then I pinpointed in the specific areas of my life that I wanted to. So, lessons are those absolute opportunities for you to understand yourself on a deeper level. And then it goes on to say, I am so proud that I let go of this in 2017. Now, as a sensitive woman, you are always looking at what you can surrender, how you can surrender a little bit more shame, a little bit more guilt, a little bit more of whatever it is that's just keeping you in a place that isn't your desired space to be in. And then it goes on to say, the highlight of my year was, and this is your time to think, oh my gosh, this was the point of my year where I felt the happiest I have felt. For me, that was really simple. It was just was when I was in Portugal. I absolutely know that was the happiest I felt. And again, this type of practice of reviewing you becomes so much faster when you're doing it continuously. So throughout the year, I have been looking for where are the lessons in this? Why does this feel so painful to me? I feel so happy right now. I want to anchor this in, so I'm going to anchor this in a way that works not just in my head, in my body. So then it goes on to say, what seemed like a mistake that actually turned out to be an amazing opportunity was, and why. So that's a really juicy part for you to look at. And then what challenged me so deeply this year. And I've got 3 things there that were really paramount for me this year. And it was to do with my intimate relationship. It was to do with my inner control freak, and it was to do with my the experiences of being abused when I was younger. So this is the things that you've just felt oh my God, this is just so tough. But even in the midst of that, you knew that it was so necessary, right, for you to do something about this, to allow yourself to front to it, to face it, and then I am so grateful for it. It's always beautiful to end this with really getting clear with who you are so grateful for, why you are so grateful for them. And I'm sure when you come to really looking at this, looking at where you're grateful, bringing that into your body, finding where you feel that gratitude in you, where does your gratitude live, how does that feel for you? So that is a really simple, straightforward document. You can do this in 15 minutes for sure. Make sure you give yourself the time first to connect with yourself. So meditate, run, whatever it is that makes you feel really, really aligned and really lit up. Do that first, then come to doing this document, this 2017 review. I will post the link below for you to access this love sheet, and then just hit me up, share what stood out for you, what's really kind of really resonated for you. And then the start of next week, I'm going to be doing the part two of this, which is really looking at what you want to create, what you want to feel, and how you want to expand in 2018. So I will be sharing that, and that will be, you know, really looking at, you know, at you as a well-being warrior, really looking at how you can show up in the way that you are here to show up as a sensitive superstar in 2018, and really give you the kind of the space to be able to get really clear with that. So that will be coming up. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will also post a link because I have some spaces for clarity sessions for the next year. So if you're thinking, yeah, I would love to go in a little bit deeper with this, I'd love to find out how, you know, you could work with me to be supported with me through next year, then I will post a link for those sessions as well, and you can book yourself on. Okay, in any case, I cannot wait to hear how your review goes, and I will see you very soon for 2018. Lots of love, bye.